What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob. Today I'm doing an uncorking of this beautiful Macallan 18-year-old. That's the bottle. Give you guys a close-up view here. Let it focus in. All right. I didn't notice, but it's the 18-year-old is actually quite a bit wider than the new 12-year-olds as well. So I guess the higher you go up in the line, the more pronounced the bottle is. Got a bunch of people in the chat already. Let's see who we got here. We have Sipper Social Club. What's going on, Jeremy? Go Habs. What's up, brother? Claire the Third. He's a Caps fan, and they're currently winning 2-0, so that's unfortunate. Amy, what's going on? How are you? Andrew's in the house. We got Michael Lee. Eric Waite. What's going on, buddy? BB Jasper. What's up, brother? Tim, how are you? Prestige Liquids is in the house. Michael, what's going on? Carlos, how are you? Anthony, Catherine, George, nice to see you all. And open this it's the Macallan 18-year-old triple cask matured, which is the replacement for the 17-year-old. And these bottles are hard to open. So they've done it this way so that, there we go. They've done it this way so that they're not reused. They want to stop counterfeiting of their brand. People obviously counterfeit Macallan so that they can resell it on the secondary market. Each of these 3 bottles here were given to me by the brand manager. I'm not reviewing any of these today. I will be doing a rundown of the entire triple cask series, so the 12, the 15, and the 18. And I might do another head-to-head, see if the liquid changed from the last time I did them before they changed the bottles. But I'm going to start off with the 12 and the 12 triple cask and the 12 double cask. Let the 18-year-old sit for a little bit while it opens up. So this is the triple cask right here. Like I said, the bottle's changed. The double cask is changed as well. It's got the nice Superman emblem, like I like to say. All right. We got Santa Cruz in the house. What's going on? Jay Chung, how are you, buddy? Cash Strength, I believe that would be Vito. What's up, brother? Joe Mez is in the house. Mark Saliva's in the house. And I said hello to everybody above those guys. John Burke's in the house. Richie Z's in the house. What's going on, guys? Nice of you to join us. The triple cask I'm starting with right now, the 12-year-old anyway. That's this one right here. You know, because it's got the 3 barrels at the bottom, one being American sherry oak, one being European sherry oak, and then the other being American bourbon oak casks. All right, so all 3 of those are used for the triple cask, formerly known as the Fine Oak series. The double cask is just sherry, and it's just the American and European sherry oak. Claire the Third is saying Macallan 12-year-old sherry is delicious. I have a sherry oak bottle, just the regular 12-year-old sherry oak that's pretty much only available in the U.S. and China. I buy them from the U.S. whenever I go down there because it's a great buy. It's about $50 to $60 American, depending on where you go. Sometimes a little bit more. But I have it at my parents' house. That's my go-to whiskey whenever I go to my parents' house. The triple oak, or the triple cask, sorry, smells way more Macallan-like than I remember it. When I reviewed this, it was only off a 50 milliliter sample, so that could be the reason for that. You do get a little bit of the bourbon cask influence in this, but it definitely smells very Macallan. Vito signed in with his own account saying that the cask strength account is always confusing. Yeah, it's what you expect. It's 40%. It's the triple cask. Would have been nice if Canada got the 43% on the triple cask and the double cask. I do have a double cask at 43% right here. It's the older bottle, the older version, which is very nice stuff. But for $100 Canadian, much less in the US, it's good stuff. Really nice stuff. And it definitely gives you that Macallan characteristic. Definitely one of those whiskeys that you want to start off a night with. Nice and easy on the palate. P-Boss in the house. What's going on, buddy? The Mash and Drum. So, Jason, I wanted to have him on my channel tonight. I'm going to have him on my channel very soon. The only reason I chose not to send out the invite tonight is because I don't plan on being on here long. I'm probably going to be on here for another 25 minutes tops. So I didn't want to bring him in and then rush him off. I want to give him a nice time slot where we can actually have a nice chat. So, but thanks to him, I was able to acquire this bottle here. That's the Cream of Kentucky, 11.5-year-old, as well as a second bottle of this stuff right here, which is becoming one of my all-time favorites. Love it. Very impressive 5 o'clock shadow. I never really shave to 0 unless it's Halloween. Halloween morning, I shave to 0 with a razor, but I with the machine, I go to the lowest it can go. Eric White saying Macallan triple cask is $65 US here. So yeah, I mean, when you do the taxes and all the like exchange rates, that's about the same as what it goes for here, maybe a little bit less. But it's nice. It's actually really nice. It's way better than I remember it. I don't know if they've changed the liquid at all. It looks like it's still pretty light. I would assume that there's a good portion of bourbon cask influence on these. I have a theory, and I want to wait until I have the 15 in hand to really test that theory out. But the theory is that the 15-year-old out of the whole range gets a little bit more sherry oak, just because there's no other 15-year-old in the range. There's not a 15-year-old sherry oak. There's not a 15-year-old double oak. So I would assume that they have a little bit more to play with when it comes to the 15-year-old. We got Killa Jolt in the house. This is really nice. On the nose, you get like a nice, almost ginger note. You can definitely tell that there's bourbon cask influence in that. Really, really nice. I like that. You get the vanillas from the bourbon cask for sure. Poured a baby dram of the 12 triple cask and a baby dram of the 12 double cask because the highlight tonight is the 18-year-old, which I have not tried yet. Although some say it's the same liquid as a 17-year-old. Okay, so this is interesting. Not getting as much Macallan characteristic right off the hop. It is there. Definitely darker in color. Not much darker, but you can tell that there's some extra sherry in there. Obviously no bourbon cask in there. Wine Light Media is in the house. What's going on, bud? Moose76, how are you? How many do we have in the chat, guys? I don't have the ticker running. So Richie Z is asking, what is retail on the 18-year-old triple cask? In Ontario, you're looking at $350 Canadian. In the US, you're looking at around $280, $250 in some places, depending on where you are. I think most people tend to go with the sherry oak, but I will say that the triple cask is more geared toward someone that wants a lighter dram, something that's not as sherry influenced, and there are a lot of those people out there. Okay, so that's why the 17-year-old was so popular, and it actually has a lot higher reviews when it comes to people reviewing them head to head with the 17-year-old and the 18-year-old sherry oak on its own. Yeah, this double cask is 12-year-old is starting to open up a little bit. Touch sweeter. They say that the 40% version, because they had to go to 40% for most markets, got a little bit more first fill sherry than the 43% version. I'm not sure if that's true. That's what I heard from one of the ambassadors back in the day, who actually I ran into today. Nicholas, he's from New York. Well, he works in New York now. He got promoted. He's doing the brand, the Macallan brand in New York. And Cam, who has also been on my channel, took over for him in this region. But he was at head office today, and I got the chance to say hi. It was nice running into him. So Anthony Iotto saying 17-year-old fine oak. Yeah, so the old one is a 17-year-old fine oak. The new one is the 18-year-old triple cask, which is the replacement of the fine oak. All right. Frank Lampard's in the house. What's up, buddy? And he's obviously a big Chelsea fan. That makes sense. Jeremy's got to run. He's saying, got to run to soccer. Feel a clean sheet tonight. Cheers, everyone. Good luck, buddy. Hope you get that clean sheet. And he's dropped a 666 super chat. So I've always been a sherry fan. I love my sherry. The double cask, you're definitely getting a little bit more sherry, of course. Although there are two types of sherry cask. In the triple cask, there's a good portion of bourbon cask as well. So this one tends to be a bit sweeter. I would say the double cask 12. Both very nice though. Honestly, both of these are great for starting off a night. If you're going to have two whiskeys, start with something a little lighter, something around 43, 40%. I tend to go with the 43 if I can, but these are great to start off a night. A lot of people use a Glenlivet 12 or a Glenfiddich 12. I think these would be just as good. Really, really nice stuff. The Whiskey Friends in the house. How are you, buddy? The Rock Gut Review. What's going on? Jason Coates is in the house as well. Joseph's in the house. How are you? Loch Ness. How are you, my friend? All right. We got a lot of the regulars in tonight. Again, I don't know how many we actually have because I don't have the screen pulled up. But there's always a way to check that, I think. Let's see. All right. How many do we have? Still can't tell. Oh, 56. All right, cool. Um, all right, so I'm gonna move over to the 18-year-old. It's been sitting there for at least 15 minutes now. Matthew Brady stepped in. What's up, buddy? How are you? Chad Adams is in the house as well. How's it going? Jared Oz, how are you, bud? Honestly, I don't think you can really go wrong with either of these. Um, Perfect for someone starting off with whiskey, but also great for those who are experienced that need something to get them into a higher ABV whiskey. So you start off with something light, get the palate acclimated, then you move on to your highlight of the night, which would in this case be the 18-year-old Fine Oak. I want to show you guys the box and the bottle because they have upgraded the box as well. The box is actually pretty cool. Um, Looks like a decent cardboard box. Got a little flap at the top. Much better, in my opinion, than the traditional boxes. Actually, these were upgraded as well. The old school boxes were a little bit more flimsy. These are pretty cool. I like what they did with the new bottles. What do you guys think about the new bottlings? And then the Superman style chest at the top of the bottle. Love it. A little healthier pour with this 18-year-old. That's interesting on the nose. I'm going to take a couple more sips of this 12-year-old before I get into it. Yeah, the Macallan characteristic is definitely coming through now on the double cask. Vito's saying he's always been meh on Macallan. That's cool. A lot of people, it's either hit or miss. A lot of people love it. A lot of people don't. And everybody's, got their own opinion, and that's fine. I love it. I've always loved Macallan. If you look at my earlier videos, I tend to I've reviewed a lot of Macallan stuff. All right, so there's a couple things. Obviously, I wish they would bottle at 46% for all their age statements. I wish, um, everything was unchill filtered, but they're dealing with a mass market, and there's a lot of people that are buying Macallan stuff. So, yeah, Clear the Third saying Macallan stuff's good. I agree. Chris Lowe's is saying, I love the look of the bottles. Honestly, like I've always loved the look of Macallan stuff, but I think they've found a way to improve it even more. I've always thought the bottles were beautiful, but these new bottles are awesome. I think they're incredible. They're, in my opinion, the nicest bottles out of all Scotch. Catherine is saying someday she will try the 18. Honestly, I think a lot of people, their opinions vary, of course. Um, I know so many people that absolutely adore Macallan or started their whiskey journey because of Macallan, and for that alone, you got to give them credit. I mean, they've built their brand to a position where you have to give them credit anyway. The new facility is absolutely incredible looking. I've never been, of course, but I would love to one day. Yeah, Joseph is saying very regal look. I agree 100%. They definitely have a very classy look to them. Yeah, John Burke is saying a Macallan Classic 18-year-old sherry is his favorite if you can find it in the U.S. Honestly, I agree that the 18-year-old is absolute beautiful stuff. It made my list for the best 18-year-old Scotch that I've tried. That list will obviously change over the years in the next few years as I try more 18-year-old Scotch, but I've tried quite a few to this point, and that sherry oak is just beautiful stuff. Jay Chung is saying, yeah, they know their marketing branding, which is why those new funky ads are so out of character. Yeah, you know what? They're definitely appealing to somebody. Maybe I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what's up with the new ads. I actually had an opportunity to watch it for the second time today, and it is what it is. They're looking for a target audience. I think the audience that they really want to seek out are the same people that are buying like high-end watches, that sort of thing, because it had a very high-end watch type feel to the commercial. I don't know if you guys agree, but it definitely had um, like the feel of a watch ad instead of a whiskey ad. Nose on this is beautiful. If I closed my eyes and I didn't know what I was drinking, I wouldn't peg this for a Macallan right away. There is Macallan characteristics in it, but the bourbon notes on this one really throw off that smell. Throw off in the sense that it doesn't really sing to me like a Macallan would. Yeah, Claire the Third is saying he can't believe that the Mac Edition one is going for over 1K now. Yeah, they're actually much over 1K. Like I've heard of bottles going for 1800 bucks Canadian, which would I guess be around like 12 to 1300 American, sometimes even higher. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So Eric Waite has his own YouTube channel. If you guys haven't checked him out, make sure you do that already. There's a couple guys that have YouTube channels that are in the chat tonight. One being Vito from Cask Strength, another being Sipper Social Club, my buddy Jeremy. But Eric Waite saying, I started my journey with the Macallan 12, so it has a special place in my heart. The distillery is a must visit when you're in the Highlands. Enjoyed the tour with the Whiskey Rev. I want to have a nice conversation with Whiskey Rev. I keep saying it. Our time difference definitely throws that off, but I want to have Whiskey Rev on the channel because I have a lot of Macallan, because I love Macallan, and he works for Macallan. I would love to have a conversation with him, talk to him about it a little bit. I definitely got to go to that distillery one day, though. Something's calling me to the Highland Park Distillery as well. Something about the Orkney Islands. They look beautiful. I just really, really need to get out there. All right, on this whiskey right here, which is why you guys are here. This 18-year-old triple cask, beautiful bottle, beautiful box. They've done a really good job with it. I'm kind of blocking the view here, but Go Habs is celebrating the 5-0 Habs score right now. Congratulations, man. And the Leafs are down 2-0 to Washington. All right, so definitely some beautiful vanilla notes from the bourbon cask influence in this. Again, I would say that there's probably a little bit more bourbon cask influence than there is sherry, despite the fact that there's two types of sherry cask in here, one type of bourbon cask. I would think that that's the case because the fact that they produce the 18-year-old sherry oak on its own. That's all European oak. But I could be wrong. There's like a lemony note, like something citrusy in here. Definitely some chocolate as well. Beautiful. Again, though, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't get that 100 like that Macallan hardcore characteristic here, like those oranges, the milk chocolate, the like waxy milk chocolate, and the oranges that I get from many of the Macallan expressions that I've tried on the nose, anyway. But the nose is beautiful nonetheless. The chat's getting a little offside at the moment. I won't read it out loud. Really, really nice nose. On the palate. Yeah. So this is the way you're going to want to drink these. start with the 12, move your way to the 18, because it gives you an opportunity to really appreciate that extra 3% ABV. There's a nice amount of chocolate on the palate here. So I'm thinking that maybe I'm wrong about the balance of bourbon to sherry casks, although I've picked out chocolate in exclusively bourbon aged whiskeys before, so or scotches anyway. But yeah, there's a nice amount of chocolate on the palate here. Matthew Brady might have to click the refresh or live, because that's my second sip right there. Really nice though. Santa Cruzan has a little bit more than a heel left of his Mac 1, thinking that it's worth about 327 American dollars. He's probably not wrong. But those bottles are worth what they're worth sealed for some reason. I think once they're open, that's it. It's over. I'm gonna give away all three of these. So sample of the 12 triple cask, the 12 double cask, and the 18 triple cask. I'm gonna think of a question right now. So get your hands ready. First person to answer on my screen gets the three samples. I will screen share it so that you guys can actually see who was the first person on my screen. All right, I got a question. Hope you're ready. Okay. What was the bottle that the 18-year-old triple cask replaced? Not marzipan. All right, so on my screen here, we got P Boss with 17-year-old Fine Oak, which is the correct answer. BB Jap literally came in right after that. So all of you guys got the right answer. Actually, Eric Waite is wrong. He put 15. But for the most part, you guys are right. I think Eric Waite was just joking around anyway. I'm going to hide this because it tends to do some sort of like crazy ultra dimensional thing once I click screen share. So there we go. Can you guys all see that? Right over here, P Boss 17 Fine Oak is number 1 on my list. So thank you, Paulo. You will be getting a sample of each. Very nice. All right. Did it work? Did I show? Did that work? Did you guys see it or? Awesome. All right. So P-Boss, send me your information. Actually, you don't have to send me your information. I think I know where you. We can meet up. We will meet up. Donner Pass Whiskey. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Nice to see you. Sergio's in the house. There's a few of you guys that I didn't get a chance to say hi to. Penguala Productions. I probably butchered that, but what's going on? I think you're new to the chat. I haven't seen you before. Does anybody need to re-see the order it showed up on here just in case, or did the screen share work? Anthony, I also just shared some good news that the Leafs scored. It is now 2-1. Claire the third is getting very nervous right now because he's seen the Leafs come back before with this kind of he's a Washington Capitals fan. So this is really nice. The 18-year-old is really nice. It's different for me than I remember the 17-year-old. I don't remember the 17-year-old tasting like this. And I gotta say that this doesn't taste or smell like Macallan to me, which is also kind of strange. Santa Cruz is saying, "Where's Daniel? I'd like to time him out." He's a good guy. I was just in his chat the other day. He actually had a really cool video interview with the dude from Shelter Point, which is in BC. It's a Canadian whiskey distillery that's producing single malt whiskey, which is very cool. I would love to try their stuff. I haven't yet, and good on Daniel because that was a cool review or interview anyway. Roar Freak is asking if that is the fine triple cask 18. It is. It is the triple cask 18. That's the look of the bottle. All right. Honestly, I love this bottle. I think it's beautiful. I need to get, just because of the bottle, I need to get the new version of the Sherry Oak in the US. I have to find it because it's beautiful. I need it. The Mash and Drum dropped a $8 super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. You didn't have to do that. I really appreciate it. This guy's always supporting the channel. If you haven't checked out his channel, please do. The Mash and Drum is the channel. He's saying, great show as usual, buddy. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I'm going to do another 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and then I'm going to call it quits. What are you guys drinking today? I didn't ask you guys. I got so caught up in what we were doing over here. What are you guys? Vito's taking off. Take care, buddy. A couple questions in here. So the Whiskey Friend is saying, who also has a channel, is saying, getting late, Rob. I will catch up later. Take care, buddy. He's from Scotland. Check out his channel. His name's Alan. Super nice guy. Reviewing whiskey, and he's from Scotland, so that's always beneficial. So check out his channel. And then we have Michael Lee saying, does the triple cask 18 have more bourbon or sherry taste on the palate? On the nose, I'm going to give it to the bourbon side. I think there's a little bit more of a bourbon influence on the nose, like a bourbon cask influence anyway, which for me, I love. I'm starting to really seek out Scotch that's exclusively aged in bourbon casks, especially if there's a little bit of peat in there. But on the palate, the chocolates from the sherry cask really come out, and that's particularly the European sherry casks. Like, you really get that spice from the European cask. But there's like that nice subtle vanilla in there that you get from the ex-bourbon, and it's a nice marriage on the palate. Honestly, they did a really, really good job with this. They say it's the exact same stuff as the 17-year-old. And there was a rumor that the 17-year-old was actually 18-year-old as well. But this tastes different for me. This tastes very different, a little bit more full, a little bit more viscous than the 17-year-old did. And I recently did the 17-year-old, so it's pretty like fresh in my memory. But this one, I don't know if it's the bottle that's tricking me, but this one definitely tastes a little bit more viscous on the palate. And Claire the Third is celebrating a goal, so that's obviously bad news. Yeah, really good stuff. Hopefully you guys shared some stuff that you were drinking. You did. So Chad Adams is having a Coca-Cola. Chris is having a Lagavulin 9. Very nice. Pengula or Guala. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly. Productions is having a Glendronach 21. Very nice. Amy's having an iced tea. Honestly, I love you, Amy. You're the best. You're the only person that doesn't drink that actually supports all the whiskey tube. So you're the best. Andrew's having edition 4. WP just joined in. What's up, buddy? Joseph is having a Henry McKenna, which is one of the bourbons that has eluded me for all these years. I need to grab a bottle of that Henry McKenna. I really need one. Richie Z is having an Australian single malt and Old Forester 1920 bourbon. Very cool. Christopher's having Lagavulin 12, 2015 edition. Mash and Drum, Bunnahabhain 12. Very nice stuff. WP is having got a Russian Standard Gold open at the moment. Very nice. Interesting. So Jason Coates is drinking a port finished Weller. So I guess that was done by himself, maybe in a port cask of his own. I think that's Claire the Third is rocking OFBB. This year's was amazing. Very cool. So Old Forester birthday bourbon. For those of you that don't know the abbreviation, I still haven't had an Old Forester birthday bourbon, actually, to be honest with you. So I'm very curious about that. Paulo's having the Kilkieran 12-year-old, which drinks like a Springbank if you haven't had it already. I need to get the 8-year-old, the cask strength. I have a sample of that thanks to BB Jap, though. So thank you, BB Jap. Maybe I'll have that after this. Loch Ness is having Magnum Cream Liqueur made with a Benriach single malt. Very cool. That's interesting. I think Whiskey Throttle just jumped in. What's going on, buddy? How are you? The nose on this is just getting better and better as it opens up. A lot more vanilla is coming through. A little bit of chocolate too. It's like a Neapolitan ice cream in a glass. That's really good. Honestly, that 18-year-old is awesome. It's expensive. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's really expensive. It's $350 at the LCBO. Probably around $280 in the US, maybe a little bit less, but not cheap stuff. So definitely a special occasion type dram. But if you're one of those that wants an easy drinking high-end whiskey, like something that you don't have to add a drop of water to, that you can have on any given night, that's this one right here for sure. Yeah, so Claire the Third is saying it's $300 where he is for the 18 triple cask. Amazon has it for $221. That's pretty cool. So there you go. A whole bunch of options for you guys to pick this up. And all right, I'm going to end it there, guys. I'm going to enjoy this last little bit in front of the TV to watch the rest of the Leaf Washington game. It seems like they're going to lose, but you never know. Guys, thank you very much for joining. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And congratulations to P-Boss for the 12 triple, the 12 double, and the 18 triple. I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy them at least as much as I do. All right. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.